What's happening, boys and girls? How the devil are we? It's your old pal Shanksy, and welcome to my roster reviews, where we review yours. Well, maybe not yours, but somebody's roster that has asked for it, and we check out what they're farming, how they're looking at the moment, and what they're working towards, and see if there's anything I can do to help them out, give them any advice or anything like that, and hopefully help you guys out at the same time. Now, these are really good to see, A, where they stand, B, how much money they've spent, and C, compare that to your roster and see where you equate to as well in the grand scheme of the big old world of Marvel Strike Force. Now, if you are interested in getting your roster reviewed, there is a link down below to my Discord. All the information is in there. Unfortunately, I've had to add a small charge to the service because they do take quite a lot of time. So if you are interested, jump in the Discord and drop me a DM. I look forward to hearing from you. But without further ado, let's get into it. So in today's video, guys, we're going to be checking out Banzai's roster. He has been playing for 210 days and has spent about 20 euros on the game in total. Mainly on Gold Gate offers, that Vulture one that come up that was really, really good value. And a few bits on power cores. So 20 euros in total. It's probably about $25. During that 210 days, he's amassed 1.58 million total collection power. We'll call it 1.6. Strongest team power of 258k. He's not been a war MVP as a member of Sacred Knights, and he's got 115 of the characters collected. Only 3 of them are at max rank, and his all-time arena rank and his current arena rank is rank 1. So let's have a little look at his roster and see if we can help out in any way, shape or form. So getting things into it, we are looking at Vision, top of the shop, 39.7 there, level 75. He's only 4-starred, already level 75. So he's working on Vision at this point in time. Interesting to take a character up so high without being at 7-starred straight away. Then we've got Loki there at 20k, who's 5 red stars. We've got Green Goblin there at 19.3, favorited as well at 5. We've got Shocker in there at 5. We've got Human Torch in there. There's going to be 6 red stars on that Human Torch. That is going to be a beastly red torch when you can eventually get him up without a shadow of a doubt. He would probably be a big focus, man. 6 red star blaster. Holy moly, that's going to hurt. Then we've got Nobu behind myself at 2,120, and then Hand Assassin there at 256. Magneto's also been favorited, however not yet unlocked. So I'm guessing at this point in time, a lot of the focus is unlocking all of the different legendaries. As you can see here, we've got the Sinister Six being farmed out. We've got Asgardians, the Mystic Controllers. So we're going for a lot of different legendaries at this point in time. Then we've got Groot there at 54k, Ultron at 53. Both Groot and Ultron at level 75 as well. Then we're going to move down to Rocket Raccoon at 52k, Star-Lord at 51, Jugs at 46, Luke Cage at 46, The Punisher at 44, JJ at 43, Iron Fist at 41, Daredevil at 40, Shield Security at 40, and Minerva at 40 as well. One thing I'm noticing straight away is all of the Guardians so far are at level 75. So that's going to be pretty interesting. So same with Minerva. All of the defenders have stopped at level 67. I'm wondering what the reasoning behind 67 is as opposed to 65 or 70. I normally go 70, but I've got no reasoning behind that, you know. So I'd actually be interested to see the stats, the stat jump between 67 and 70. It would be quite interesting. So then Minerva finishes there at 40k, going down to Nick Fury at 38. Already 5 stars. Thanos there. 4 red star, 5 red star in total once that extra star is on there, and that's 37.5k with Shield Assault at 30k level 60, Agent Coulson at 30k, Mordo at 29, Shield Medic behind me at 26, Elsa Bloodstone at 24, Gamora at 24, Scarlet Witch at 24, and Ghost Rider at 22.8. We are then moving down to Doctor Strange, Kree Cyborg, Kree Royal Guard, Vulture, Mysterio. We got Yondu behind myself, Kree Reaper, Kree Oracle, Kree Noble, and Rhino, all between the 22 and 17 mark. Moving down to Sabretooth at 15.8, Spider-Man at 15, Drax at level 50. Now, if you're using Drax with the rest of that massive Guardians team, I would really recommend taking him up a little bit. Drax is amazing as a tank for turn 1, you know, even in the arena where he's got that turn 1 taunt, and in blitz rotations, it really does help take the pressure off Rocket. Then by the time Rocket goes, Groot also gets up his passive taunt, as it were, and Drax being able to take them hits would really help out. Mr. Sinister's there at 14k, American Chavez at 14, Shield Trooper behind myself at 13.7 with Miles Morales at 13.6, Storm at 13.3, Mystique at 12.8, and Strife there at 12.8 as well, with Mantis at 12.7, Korath the Pursuer at 12.12. We've got Elektra at 12.1, Miss Marvel at 12, Killmonger at 11, Crossbones behind me at 11, with Wolverine, Heimdall, Kingpin, and Thor. Moving on a little bit further down the line, we've got Sith, Bullseye, Hela, War Machine, Deadpool, all at the 10 mark, Captain Marvel at 9.8, Hand Sentry at 9.5. We've got Shield Operative, Hand Archer, Merc Riot Guard. Then we've got Hand Blade Master, Hand Sorceress at the 6 marks. Mercenary Soldiers in there as well. The Thing, level 28. So I definitely recommend taking people like the Thing up over Merc Soldier, for example. Nebula in there at 35, 41, 4,100. Captain America there. Mr. Fantastic 4,000. Iron Man Rescue and Scientist Supreme. Then we are moving down to the bottom of the roster. We've got Falcon there. We've got Aim Assaulter. We've got Namor, even though the 5 reds on Namor. Aim Security, Aim Monstrosity, Graviton, Merc Lieutenant, Hulk, Pyro, Ravager, Boomer, and then we're going to be going down to Hydra Rifle, Trooper, Scientist, Infector, Black Widow, Colossus. Holy moly! That is 7 red stars on that Colossus, boys and girls. That is 7 red stars on that Colossus when it's farmable. Holy moly! Ant-Man there at 2.4, Black Panther at 2.2, Hydra Armor Guard, Hydra Grenadier, and Quake. Decent amount of red stars on Quake being 4 there as well. Then we've got Night Nurse, Hydra Sniper, Winter Soldier, Cable, Ravager, Stitcher, Hawkeye, Umbarco, Sniper, Okoye, Psylocke. None of these guys down here have been touched. Finishing off with Bruiser, Ronan the Accuser, Carnage, Wasp, Aim Researcher, and Venom. So right, the first thing that I would recommend on doing with this roster is you've got some guys really high up. Visions, a lot of obviously Ultron, a lot of the Guardians, all of these type of guys really high up, where you've got a lot of good characters further down the bottom of your roster that I would recommend taking up. Even if you can't afford to take them up crazy, Ronan deserves to be at least level 30, 35, starting to work on him. Carnage and Venom, they're a really good combo. They're not essential in my opinion at this point in time. Psylocke, for example, with the X-Men would be well worth getting started on. Also, then going on to Colossus, holy moly, I would get started on him without a shadow of a doubt. I know you said that you're not ready yet for Phoenix, but there's nothing wrong with preempting that a little bit, especially as you're already farming Loki and the rest of the Mystic villain controllers. Quake with the Inhumans could be worth being brought up at some point. And like a lot of these guys, Colossus, Quake, Black Panther, Ant-Man, they're well worth going up to level 30, 35. Even if you're not going to take them up much higher at this point in time, it's only going to be like 90k gold per character. And all of a sudden, that's going to bring up your total collection power massively. It's also going to make your first blitz rotation, second blitz rotation a lot better, because you're going to go through there getting a lot more points to start with. Namor's absolutely a beast in war with the rest of the Fantastic Four. So depending on what your focus is at this point in time, I would certainly start to be looking at the Fantastic Four. Even AIM, you've got most of the AIM guys unlocked. There's no harm in starting on these. But let's have a little look at the squads and try and work out who we would start on first. Because there's also characters in the middle here, like Hela, who works absolutely amazing. Captain Marvel behind myself right there is well worth the extra investment, as opposed to maybe Crossbones, for example, or Kingpin. Like Captain Marvel's so good in so many different modes that she's well worth a little look at. But as I said, let's have a little look at the save squads and see what we can recommend. So, top of the shop, we are starting with the BKT. Absolutely great positioning on that. Nothing wrong with that team whatsoever. A little bit further down, but actually higher power, we've got BKT, but with Vision instead of Thanos. Now, I'll be wondering what you're running that in, whether you're running that in maybe U6, or even giving that a whirl on the early stages of U7. That seems like a fairly solid team. Could output a lot of damage. I like it. Moving down to the Defenders. Defenders really, really close together there in power-wise. That looks like a really solid team. And to be honest, I'd probably keep them there or thereabouts at this point in time. They're definitely not something that we need to be focusing on at this point. Now, the Shield team, I would be trying to boost up Coulson as much as humanly possible. I really would. Coulson and Medic on a Shield team, that could nick you a few War MVPs just in that team if done right. Bring up Coulson as high as possible, level 71 at least. He's well worth the investment for War defense. Then we go down to the Supernatural there. We've got 123k on the Supernatural. All fairly close together again. I would, if I was going to start working on any of these guys, start on Elsa. There's 3 red stars on her. She's already 24k. And she really does hit incredibly hard. So she's well worth having a little look at. Then we've got the Ultron team at 103k. We've got the high people in there. Looking pretty good. That's going to be a solid win team without a shadow of a doubt. Moving on down to the Sinister 6 at 97k. Again, very closely linked together. The Kree at 97 for that Fury unlock as well. Then we've got the Asgardians there at 64k. Now, the Asgardians would normally be my predominant focus, but with the fact that they're not farmable, it's probably not worth making them the main focus at this point in time. They are going to bring you in a lot of War defense wins. If you can work on them, they're going to do very well, and they're definitely, there's no resource that's going to go into them guys that you're going to regret further on down the line. We've then got a bit of a villain team here. We've got Crossbones, Merc Lieutenant Yondu, Gamora and Jugs all in there. That's a pretty solid team. Really high early burst damage with Yondu and Bullseye. Crossbones as well for that turn 2. That's a pretty good AoE team. I like that. Then we've got the Marauders further down, rocking at 67k with Kingpin there as the stable. Then we've got the Hero Brawlers at 64k. Now, if I was going to work on anyone in this Hero Brawlers, I would start with Miss Marvel. I would get her passive up to tier 4. I would then start on Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel's an absolute beast. An absolute beast. Even at 3 stars, she's going to hit really hard. And she's going to be well worth investing in the long run. Further on down from that, then we've got a bit of a makeshift team here with Storm, Wolverine, Killmonger, Korath, and Deadpool. I quite like that team. That's going to do very well, especially in the early stages of Blitz. There's nothing wrong with that at all. The hand team at 43k. I really wouldn't be putting much more resources into the hand team at this point. Now, there's an argument for working on the hand team for when the hand event comes round. But honestly, that's so few and far between that I wouldn't be concerned right now. Obviously, I would still be working on Hand Assassin and Nobu, and maybe even putting them guys into that team, depending on if we're using them already. Definitely leveling them guys up, because you're going to be using them for the Phoenix unlock, and you'll probably find that you'll get them higher than a no red star Hand Blade Master, for example. So replacing Blade Master and maybe even replacing Sorceress wouldn't be a bad shout in the long run. Then we've got the 25k Power Armor team. You're using Captain America on that team instead of Vision. With the levels, that makes a great deal of sense. 23k for, again, a bit of a mixed match team. Merc Lieutenant there, Nobu, Merc Riot Guard, Nebula, and... No, that's Merc Riot Guard. That's Merc Soldier, isn't it? Yeah, I always get them confused, whatever. Then we've got the Fantastic Four with Hulk instead of Invisible Woman, and waiting for that Invisible Woman unlock. And that is a team that's well worth working on. And very last but not least is that beautiful AIM team there at 17k. And I think what's really missing in this roster, dude, is the depth. Now, yes, level 75 is available. Level 75 is going to help you out for a lot of toons. But level 75 at this point in time for the life cycle that your roster's at this point in time is too high. So when working on a team, maybe take them up to 60, 65. Save that extra gold to bring up these lower teams. You know, for example, what might be a good shout is say, right, I'm going to work on a tech team and I'm going to work on a mystic team. So for my tech team, I would take the power armor team without a shadow of doubt. And my aim to start with would be to get these guys to about 100, 150k. You know, get these guys to 100, 150k. They're all solid characters. They help out. They're very, very good in blitz. They're very, very good in war. They've got tremendous punch-up abilities. So taking them up to level 70 or level 65, about 100, 150k would be absolutely great. As a secondary team, what would I work on? Now, this is really going to be personal preference. I would probably work on the hero brawlers. So I'd be working on my hero brawlers and I'd be working on my my power armor. They would be my two big focuses at this point. You've already got the Vision farm, you've already got the Loki farm, hence why they're favorited. So otherwise we could carry on working on Supernatural, but the Supernatural team are already quite a bit ahead of the rest of the roster in terms of power. So while they're at 123, they're already a fair bit ahead. What I would try and do is bring up a few more of them teams to give you a lot more benefits in war, a lot more options for when you're looking at them chunkier defenses, you know, that's going to take multiple teams. And yeah, giving yourself those options. I feel like power armor is going to be a great shout. Aim is going to be a great shout. Fantastic Four is going to be a great shout, but they're not really farmable at this point in time. So yeah, I would stick with who is farmable, and let's see who you've already got big stars on. And your hero brawlers wouldn't take too much to get up to that 150k mark. That would be a big priority. So yeah, the two main priorities for me, I'm rambling a little bit, I do this at the end when I'm trying to sort it all out in my head, would be power armor and then hero brawlers. After I've done that, I would then pick Fantastic Four or Aim. If Aim is still not, if Fantastic Four is still not farmable, I would probably go with Aim. And again, getting them up to 100, 150k, giving yourself that depth of what roster is going to be really, really important. For blitz, for war, for absolutely everything. Giving yourself that depth is going to help out tremendously. And then from there is what I'm doing at the moment, is getting my 150, 160k teams up to 200. Then get my 200k teams up to 250. But doing it all fairly gradually. And I think that might help out a lot, rather than taking them up super high, spending a ton of resources on them. Focusing on one team at a time should really help you out. But right, that is all for me. Guys at home watching the video, thank you for watching. As always, let me know in the comments what would be your main priority if you took over this roster right now. Where would you focus? What, who, where, when, why, and how would you look to improve upon this roster? Guys and girls, as always, I look forward to hearing from you. Banzai, I hope this has helped you, mate, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. Guys, if you have, don't forget, you know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. But until next time, I shall see you on the flip side. Take it easy.